Hi there, this is Christine, demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and this is video 2 of 2 for my class cards for my April Paper Pumpkin kit. So we are making this little one. I've brought in some supplies, so if you're one of my subscribers, you'll have received a kit with some stuff. Okay, so in this envelope, there are tiny pieces. So you've most likely got the Starry Sky version. I ran out of Starry Sky card bases and envelopes, so I pulled in these ones. These are the Tea Boutique card bases and envelopes, available until May 1st at midnight, unless they sell out sooner. And that is the card that we're making. So I'm going to switch it up a little bit using a different card base. All right. So I use the Bird Builder Punch to make my bird. So in your envelope, you've got some of the shimmer pieces as well. These are the glimmer in color pieces. This one's on sale, that paper, like more than half price off right now, which is great. And I've got the Pale Papaya little beak. We've got a die cut circle that I cut out with the layering circles dies, which are retiring, as well as a bigger piece of the shimmer. So yours will be in that Starry Sky color, but I'm doing the Tahitian Tide for mine. And then this is a die cut piece with the, oh dear, something labels. It's a retiring stamp set. It came out with the poppies. It's painted labels, that's it. And I love this die. So I wanted to bring it all together and create a little bird in a tree, if you will. So not a complicated design. I'm folding my card base in half. And the only link to this, to the Paper Pumpkin kit really is that, you know, I'll use the stamp set for the sentiment, which is also optional if you want to use a different stamp set for your sentiment label. That is absolutely fine. So to assemble this one, we'll start with our little bird, our little birdie friend. So the glimmer paper behind is just regular paper. So I am going to use liquid glue. I'm just going to put a teeny dab behind my beak. And I'm just putting a little bit behind the larger part of the wing, not the pointy part, because it's going to hang off of my bird. So I'll show you what I mean here. So this piece is kind of like his breast piece. And then we've got the wing. So the wing is not fully on the body. I mean, you could angle it differently if you wanted to. And then we've got our beak. It's very small and my nails are freshly cut. Okay, so if you have the Sweet Songbirds stamp set, there is an eyeball stamp, which I'm about to use. If you don't have it, you can replicate this with a Stampin' Write marker or any other marker that you've got. I'm just going to do this in black. Memento black. So for this card, if you've got black or Starry Sky or even Night of Navy would work well. There we go. So now our little guy has eyes. You can use a sentiment from this one if you prefer. I am going to use, I'll do my sentiment in Tahitian Tide since I have it right here. For this card, I had used Starry Sky because I've got it. I'll use the Tahitian Tide because I have that as well. And enjoy your day is the sentiment I had used. And actually with this small circle die, it really is the only one that fits well from the stamp set. I made it a little smaller. I could have gone a little bit bigger and given us more options, but if you've got a hello or anything else from another smaller stamp set, you can use that as well. So there's our sentiment. And I'll put the ink away so I don't stick my fingers in it, and then we can assemble the card. So for our glimmer paper, as I mentioned, it's just regular paper on the back, so that'll stick nicely with regular liquid glue. So I'm positioning this kind of in the top, kind of just off center really. You'll notice that the glimmer paper is ombre, so if you've got like the really dark starry sky, you can decide which way you want your fade to go. It won't show that much because we're going to put this piece pretty much on top. And for this one, I have tested it out. It works fine with the liquid glue, so I'm going to do that because I have it out. This is the In Color paper, the Designer Series paper. I don't know if it's still available or not, to be honest. So this piece will be fairly centered. The die is not like symmetrical, so it doesn't have to be bang on at all. For my sentiment, again, just some glue on that. And what I'm doing here is you can totally just put it on top. You could use dimensionals and stick it over top of here, or I'm just slipping it under and using liquid glue. It's entirely up to you and your preference. And then for our little bird, I am going to use dimensionals for him. And I'm not putting one too close to the bottom. I'm kind of going up here because we're going to create a nest and I want to be able to slide it under. So here's our little birdie. And as I mentioned, I wanted to create a nest. So you've got a piece here, and this won't show. Let me hang on. I'm going to bring in my notebook to give a little bit more contrast here. So this is the white seaming ribbon, which I am so sad to say is retiring. I love this ribbon. So I'm arranging it to form a sort of, I don't know, it's not even a letter, sideways M, sideways W, I don't know, like that. And then you've also got a piece of linen thread, which I'm placing under it. Oh, that's not right. Hang on. I want this piece to end up over here and this piece to end up over there, and for this to all be fairly equal. There we go. We're essentially creating a faux bow. So linen thread kind of in the center of that ribbon, and I'm going to tie a knot, and I'm going to do it fairly slowly so that I can adjust the placement if I need to, because I kind of want it to be fairly equal. Doesn't have to be super equal, just fairly. Fairly is good. And I am going to do a double knot here so that it stays. There we go. So it doesn't have to be super pretty. This is going to be somewhat hidden. So now we need a glue dot. And the glue dots that came with this month's kit are a little bit on the bigger side, and they are perfect for this. The regular size ones or the regular Stampin' Up! Ones will work as well. So glue dot onto the ribbon, peeling off the backing. I'm going to move my notebook out of the way. I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool. You can use the edge of your scissors, whatever you've got handy to do this. Sorry, I've got things toppling next to me here. Okay, and what I want to do is I want to get that under my little birdie guy. It's got a bit twisted when I tucked it under. There we go. So just so that that's stuck underneath, that's good. And then it kind of creates a little bit, I don't know, I think it looks a bit like a nest. So these pieces don't have to be, you know, trimmed unless you want to. I'm gonna put a little bit finer of an angle on this guy. There we go. So that's it. And then, so this is my other one, the original one. And actually, where's my third one? The one I made during the class, I used the sentiment from the Sweet Songbird stamp set. So a little note of thanks. But yeah, this is kind of my little design for this card. So I hope you like this. If you have your kit and you have any questions, just let me know if you run into any issues, and I'll give you a hand. If you want to subscribe for the May kit, it is celebrating the new in colors. We'll be revealing those on the 2nd. I'll be putting that on my Facebook page. And if you have any questions at all, please let me know, and please subscribe to my channel to see future videos. Thanks.